Hey, what is up? I'm Jason Beers, Angela's partner and also psychologist. Um, she asked that I talk a little bit about meditation and breathing and examples of what that could look like in the session with a client. So I appreciate being asked to talk, and I hope you all find this helpful in some sort of way. So meditation is a huge topic, right? There's so many different kinds of meditation and breathing techniques out there. I do practice meditation from very Eastern lenses, such as Raja Yoga meditations, Tantric meditations. I really enjoy those, and sometimes I involve those in sessions with clients. Those are more really aimed at connecting with a deeper sense of self, or dissolving into the state of everything around us. But there's a lot of ways to involve meditation and breathing techniques to help a client explore something about themselves and really get in touch with specific aspects of themselves. So, for example, if a client is remembering something that they felt when they were maybe interacting with someone, and they weren't quite sure why they were feeling what they were feeling, meditation can be a good entrance, a good doorway into helping that client kind of re-enter that scene and get to know that emotion, really become saturated with it, and ask themselves where that's coming from, and get to know the thoughts behind that emotion and where that stems from and why they might have been feeling that in the moment. Meditation can also be used for exploring different aspects of one's self, such as archetypes, different cognitions, different life experiences. Meditation, I feel like, is also a good doorway to helping a client if they want to explore a trauma and go into it and do some healing for themselves. Which, by the way, always get a client's consent for that. That's pretty important. Anytime I say, hey, maybe we should try a meditation, I'll explain out kind of like what I think would be helpful, and then I always want to get the clients okay with that. And if they don't, okay, yeah. Is there something else that you feel like would be more helpful, help you feel more comfortable? So with this meditation, what I'm going to do is lead you all through a series of muscle relaxation, breathing, and then we're going to enter into a room with a desk. We're going to be putting everything out onto the desk, all of your sense of self, emotions, things to do during the day, recent experiences, just anything that you're carrying around. Step back from the desk for a sec and just experience what it feels like to not have all that stuff inside. Then we're going to sit back down at the desk and take one thing off. I think for the purposes of this, maybe exploring an emotion that is healing, comfortable, maybe something like, maybe just something like calmness. So we'll do that and just experience what that emotion is in and of itself, just that state of calmness. And you'll see after we kind of get into exploring that state from a physiological standpoint, an emotional standpoint, cognitive standpoint, just how deep you can go with clients and help them really get to know different aspects of themselves without everything else that is usually in the body and the mind coloring it. It's good to see how that stuff affects it, but it's also good to separate an experience or emotion and experience it all on its own from a deeper sense of self, and we can get to know that really well in that sort of way. So, for all those comfortable doing this, let's go ahead and get started. All right. So usually what I do is I always close my eyes and kind of go into it as well. I feel like that helps me really get in touch with that state. So, go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Just wherever you're sitting, just allow yourself to take a couple really deep exhales. A couple deep sighs, just let out some of the initial body energy and stress. Allow yourself to really sink into wherever you're sitting. And just still things down. So the first thing to do is give yourself a scan of your body. Just noticing your muscles. Noticing your organs inside. A lot of times we hold stress in our organs as well, so it's an important aspect to allow it to relax. Sometimes I have clients scan the body without trying to relax anything and work on acceptance, but just for the sake of time, go ahead and just allow any areas that you find tension or stress to relax. Helps to kind of exhale that out when you find it. Just allow it to gently float outside. Continuing to really relax all of your muscles. Relax the heart. There's like a specific state you feel when you relax your heart, and that's so important for going into yourself. Relax all the muscles of the face. Sometimes here I have clients tense up certain muscle groups and then relax them. And that can really help with body relaxation, muscle relaxation. Again, just for the sake of this, just allow your muscles to relax each time you exhale. Start to relax your minds and your brain. Let your thoughts start to gently float up above you, all the way up as if they're clouds in the sky. Just let them pass on by. Taking your attention back to your body, start to really focus in on your breathing, so it can help to slightly constrict the muscles of the throat, so it makes a little bit of a white noise to zoom into. And
And just start breathing slower. Take longer inhales and exhales. Really slowing it down. So let's inhale for a full 10 seconds. So still inhaling on second 9. It's a really long, deep, slow inhale in. And hold that breath in for 10. And exhale for 10. And just breathe normally for a bit. The slight constriction of the throat also helps with achieving a longer breath. So when you get 10 seconds or more of a breath and you're getting that white noise effect, it can really help you kind of become entranced in that breath. And that's how you start to kind of move towards the meditative state. So let's do that one more time. So 10-second inhale. Hold that in for 10. And exhale for 10. And breathe regularly. So allow yourself to start to fade away from the scene where you're at. And slowly start to fade into a scene with a room that's dimly lit, maybe a couple candles, that's about it, and a desk with a chair. And just start to slowly move over towards that desk and sit down when you're ready. And just allow anything that wants to come out onto that desk. Sometimes there's things that once it immediately come out, really feel a sense of relief to not have to hold that in the body for the time being. Each time you release something, just take an exhale and relax the muscles. Let that thing come out onto the desk. And then all the things that you experience during the day that informs you of who you are, who others are. Just allow all of that out onto the desk in front of you. And if you feel comfortable with this next part, anything that you identify as. Allow all identities to be put onto the desk just for the time being. Really allow yourself to keep your heart relaxed. Open and free. And anything else, emotions, thoughts, just allow all of that out onto the desk in front of you. Relaxing the body each time you exhale. So once everything is out onto that desk, just scoot away from the desk with the chair a little bit, maybe turn around, and experience yourself without any of the stuff that you put on the desk. Notice what that feels like. Notice what's coming up for you. And just note that mental note for later. Go ahead and turn back around and face the desk. And think of just one memory where you felt calm, peaceful, content. Could be at any point in your life. Just one memory. Bring that memory forward from the desk and allow that memory to go back inside of you. So that is the only thing that you are experiencing inside of you right now. It's that memory of peace, calmness. Really allow yourself to enter into that scene of that memory. You can either watch yourself in that memory, or you can enter into yourself in that memory. Entirely up to you. Really allow that state of peace and calmness to just diffuse throughout the whole body. Feel that emotion with your entire body and mind. Let that saturate into the deeper mind and the self or the soul. penetrate into the deepest parts. And as you sit and you breathe with it, allow yourself to experience whatever comes up. What does your body feel like physiologically? What parts of the body really take that in? And are there any parts of the body that resist that feeling? If there are, allow yourself to just simply accept first that you resist it in some sort of way, that's okay. Sometimes that alone helps relax it. If not, you might want to ask why that place feels resistant to peace, calmness. And just note that for later. Oftentimes I've found a lot of good information and healing to come from just that part, exploring what's the resistance. So note that for later. Notice any other thoughts that come up regarding peace, contentment. Any other sensations, emotions. Sometimes other memories might come up. Sometimes from this specific point right here, I'll have a client do free association, where they just say anything that comes to mind, and they just keep saying stuff that comes to mind with as little restriction as possible. And anything that does come up, you can do a whole meditation based upon that. Keywords or phrases. This state can also be used to explore dreams that one has had. Get closer to that state where the mind is not blocking as much. So for now, you can either choose to bring everything back in, or can see this space as just a safe container for all this stuff to be. But before we do that, go ahead and extend gratitude towards your own self for going on the journey. Maybe place a hand over your heart. And just take a really deep breath in. And as you exhale, give yourself some healing in your heart. Feel that radiance of healing circulating around your heart, around your body, extending through all the parts and the limbs, and up through the mind and out the top of the head. And this filling the room around wherever you're sitting. Peace. So go ahead and just start to move some of the limbs. Just slow movement. We're going to slowly start to come out here. I found that it helps to do a stretch and kind of like a quick breath in. Helps revitalize the body and mind. I'm just moving around still. Maybe some more stretches. And in your own time, whenever you're ready, you can just allow yourself to open your eyes. Just get to know the surroundings and wherever you're at. Grounding yourself back in the here and now. And when you are fully back and present, this could be a good time to write some of that stuff down, whatever you experienced. Maybe you get new thoughts and emotions based upon writing that stuff down. When I note take, I like to voice record because then I can really get to know, the emotional level of what I was experiencing a lot more just by hearing my vocal tone and inflection, and could even video record yourself to see your facial expressions. I really feel like that's helpful. Whatever works. So I'll have Angela let me know if there's any questions. If anyone has any questions, I'm totally cool with responding back in an email or whatever that is. That would be helpful. So appreciate you all. Again, thank yourselves for allowing yourself to go on that journey. Feel free to do that anytime for yourself. Found it really helpful for work with clients. There's so much to do in meditation, so wish you all well. Take care, right? Have a good rest of your day.